In his welcome address at the Cheque presentations in Kogi State, the Kogi State Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, BOI-Kogi, while expressing his delight on the day's event, highlighted a number of cooperative groups as well as individuals that have benefited from the BOI-Kogi State's MSME fund.
It is a thing of joy for me to address this August gathering on this auspicious occasion of the presentation of cheques by His Excellency Captain Idris Wada, the beneficiaries of Kogi State Bank of Industry Matching Fund. I want to use this opportunity to thank Almighty God, His Excellency Captain Idris Wada and the Bank of Industry for this success story we are witnessing today. In 2009, the state government signed a memorandum of understanding with the Bank of Industry to establish some small and medium enterprises projects in the state to generate employment, wealth creation, and industrial development. Under this agreement, the state government is to contribute 1 billion naira, while Bank of Industry will also contribute 1 billion naira. So far, the state has contributed 250 million naira to Bank of Industry, and another 250 million for infrastructural development, such as factory buildings, VIP toilets, boreholes, and administrative blocks. At present, 15 cooperative groups have benefited from this collaboration. Apart from cooperative funding, the state government and Bank of Industry in year 2013 went into entrepreneurship funding, whereby an individual can access the loan directly from the Bank of Industry. From this program, 21 applications were submitted to Bank of Industry by the Ministry for processing, out of which 16 beneficiaries will be giving their checks today. I congratulate our entrepreneurs who are beneficiaries of this program, and I urge you to use your resources well to produce quality products, to yield profits and pay back this loan so that others can benefit from it. I urge the state government to pay the balance of our counterpart fund to Bank of Industry so that more entrepreneurs can benefit from this program.
Delivering the speech of the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, the Executive Director, SME Directorate, Mr. Wahid Olagunju, appealed to the state government to expedite action in providing the remaining counterpart fund so as to ensure full support for entrepreneurs in the state.
Going by the virtual depletion of this fund, it is evident that both parties need to take urgent steps to have the fund replenished to enable Kogi State optimize the huge investment potentials and opportunities that exist in the state. In this regard, we'd like to seize the opportunity to request Your Excellency to contribute the balance of Kogi State's portion of the matching fund scheme in the sum of 750 million naira, which will be matched in like sum by the Bank of Industry for the provision of low-cost funding for entrepreneurs in the state. I need to add at this juncture that proper funding will be required to enable the current and potential entrepreneurs in Kogi State to benefit from the Bank of Industry's ongoing efforts at creating a favorable ecosystem for MSMEs in Nigeria. In this regard, we know that the state government perhaps cannot do everything alone. That's why the Bank of Industry is intensifying its efforts at mobilizing resources also from the private sector. We have a scheme where we call Legacy Development Partners. Ali Odangote, who is one of yours in the state here, by virtue of his promoting a Bajana cement plant, is our pioneer legacy development partner. We have a 5 billion naira SME fund that we're managing for the Aliko Dangote Foundation. There are high net worth individuals from Kogi State who can be recommended by the Kogi State government to the Bank of Industry. We will approach them to partner with us to enable us further deepen our collaboration and assistance to the people of Kogi State.
The Executive Director also used the opportunity to enumerate some of the other initiatives the bank has embarked upon to support MSMEs in the country, which Kogi State could also benefit from. Some of these initiatives are partnership with 10 SME-friendly banks, Cottage Agro Processing Fund (CAP Fund), Bottom of the Pyramid Scheme, partnership with technology and research institutes, and partnership with business development service providers, BDSPs.
The Bank of Industry has embarked on proactive steps to address some of these challenges. For example, funding. Most of banks complain that the MSMEs are not able to attract funding because their applications are substandard. They are not able to come up with bankable proposals. They're not able to provide banks with information required to enable us to take proper investment decisions. It was in light of this, the Bank of Industry decided to establish a full-fledged directorate in the Bank of Industry, which I currently head, which is called the MSME Directorate, to enable us to pay more attention to MSMEs in the country. We also went on to appoint 122 business development service providers. Their major responsibility is to help MSMEs prepare bankable proposals. Our expectations are that close to 80% of applications that come to the Bank of Industry through the BDSPs should be approvable by the bank. And it's not only approving the loans, the BDSP is also supposed to support the MSMEs after accessing the loan. They are supposed to hold their hand, build their capacity to ensure that they're able to utilize the credit properly. And then when they utilize credit properly, they're able to repay the loans.
He also suggested some other ways that MSMEs could be assisted in the state.
So moving forward, we would like to see that SMEs in the state and micro and medium enterprises add value to the natural resource endowment of the state. Another initiative is the establishment of cluster parks that addresses the infrastructure challenge to an extent. We know that when you want to establish an SME in Nigeria today, you're in a virtual local government, you have to provide your own roads, provide your own water, and provide your own electricity. But when you establish industrial parks, perhaps one in each of the three senatorial districts, you provide them with common facilities. That reduces their startup expenses, and also that also reduces their operating costs, thereby enhancing their viability and their ability to honor their obligations, which includes their debt service obligations. So on the final note, I want to seize this opportunity to salute the visionary leadership and the sterling qualities of the governor. We know that pushing state's economic development have been uppermost in your agenda, and we pledge the Bank of Industries continued support and collaboration as we forge ahead in this regard. Thank you very much, sir.
In his speech, the governor of Kogi State, Captain Idris Wada, said the scheme is of great importance to the development of the state.
I'm delighted to be here today to present checks to the beneficiaries of the Kogi State for the Bank of Industries Collaboration Credit Scheme. This is no doubt an investment booster for the economy of the state, and therefore a welcome development for the indigents of the state to have the opportunity of benefiting from the loan program. It must be reaffirmed that the private sector is the most potent agent for business development. Making these SME funds available to the private entrepreneurs, therefore, will assist in making industrialization in Kogi State successful and vibrant. My administration will not relent in its efforts to facilitate the promotion of micro, small, and medium enterprises, as well as poverty alleviation program. We have demonstrated this commitment through a number of projects and programs we have executed since our assumption of office about 3 years ago. Among these are Youth Empowerment Program, Yard for Kogi, which has provided jobs for over 10,000 youths in the state in the last 3 years. The Women Empowerment Program, through which cassava processing industries were established in designated centers across the 3 senatorial districts of the state, and women provided with basic skills and startup funds to enable them to engage in cassava processing business.
He also advised the beneficiaries to be diligent and prudent with their business in order to ensure repayment of their loans.
Let me congratulate the beneficiaries of the loan which we are giving out today. I want to urge all of you to utilize the funds strictly for the project is meant for, to enable you pay back the loan and create opportunity for others to also benefit. And that's a very important point. If you take the loan, if you don't pay back, you are denying others the opportunity in future. But if you show a good track record of paying back, apart from giving opportunity to others to benefit, you can also come back and expand your industry through such loans. So I want to thank the Bank of Industry for their collaboration with our state, which has made this venture possible. And I want to assure you that the Kogi State government is committed to working with you for mutual benefit. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor and privilege to present checks to the beneficiaries of the Kogi State through Bank of Industry's Collaboration Credit Scheme. I thank you all for being here. God bless you.
The beneficiaries also give their words of appreciation and assurances.
I want to stand here to thank His Excellency and the good people of Kogi State, the Bank of Industry. We appreciate you. Ministry of Commerce and Industry, we are so much delighted. What is really making me to talk like this is not any other thing. Some of us, after going to the university, as graduates, master degrees, you will be looking for an Okada, a machine to even rent, to hire, and you know, to drive. You will not see. And then just like that, somebody else will just think of a commoner. And then he will now provide almost 250 million naira to Bank of Industry and then give it to people who have no hope. That hope again should be revived.
What is happening today has never happened in this state. And we want to thank His Excellency for your transformation agenda, for taking care of all the aspects of life in Kogi State. Look at what is happening this morning. If you had not paid the counterpart fee of 250 million, no Kogi would have benefited from this loan. The Lord will continue to strengthen you. Thank you very much. And I want to thank the Bank of Industry for making it possible for our people to have smiles on their faces today. There's one thing to pay counterpart funding, and there's another thing to give the loan. So we actually thank you. We thank you for making it possible for our people to benefit from the loan.
At a one-on-one interview, the Managing Director of the Bank of Industry, Mr. Rashid Olaoluwa, outlined some of the bank's current and new partnership structure to support and integrate the micro, small and medium enterprises into the global market.
The interesting thing about being a DFI is that you are right at the center of activity. You are right in the middle of the economy. So we must, as of necessity, interact with several stakeholders. Government, non-governmental, domestic, international, and so on and so forth. So on the domestic scene, we deal with a lot of stakeholders in terms of several, state governments, most of the ministries at the national level. The Federal Ministry of Agric is a very important partner for us. The Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, the Federal Ministry of Solid Minerals, the Federal Ministry of Communication Technology, and so on and so forth. We relate with the research centers. We have visited PRODA, I've visited FIRO, I've visited NASENI, I've visited Raw Material Research and Development Council. So a lot of stakeholders, in short, in Nigeria. At the international level, we're also engaging. We are in partnership with United Nations Development Program. We work very actively with UNIDO. There's a program that they're about to introduce to Nigeria called the SPX, which BOI is going to play a very important role in doing that in Nigeria. It's about how can we insert our domestic producers, domestic SMEs into the value chain of the major multinational companies. We're also working on solar energy solutions for the rural communities, off-grid solutions. So a lot of things are happening. International DFIs are also talking to us, again, as part of our strategy to diversify our funding base from government to other sources. So we're talking to BNDES of Brazil, we're talking to Industrial Development Corporation of South Africa, we're talking to FMO of Netherlands, and so on and so forth. So it's been really very busy. We're talking to even the customer groups, Manufacturing Association of Nigeria, NASME, NASI, and so on and so forth.